Hello everyone. In this lecture we are going to learn how to use the Overflow CSS property and how to align the div elements. So let's start. Here, first we'll see how the horizontal and vertical alignment can be done. So here, if you want to align our content div element horizontally, then we will use it to we will use margin property CSS property auto from the left and right, so that it will be aligned from both the sides and it will be appeared in the center. And for the text alignments, you already know you have to use the text hyphen align equals to center. And for another alignments, we will use the position property that we will see in the next lecture. Then overflow. So overflow will hide the content or add the scroll bar to it in the div box if the content goes outside of it. So let's say we have a div box and it has a fixed width and height, then the content will be displayed in that specific width. If the content get overflowed, then we will use this CSS properties, we'll use this overflow CSS property along with these values so that we can, like for visible, we can this is the default and the content will be visible outside the box. Hidden, so it will clip the content and the content goes outside the box will not be visible. Auto will automatically add the scroll bar if contents are more and it's not able to fit in that single box, then scroll bar will be added automatically. And by specifying the scroll, then the scroll bar will be visible there. If the content is more, then you can scroll it, otherwise it will be visible there. Now along with overflow, we have two different properties. Let's overflow X and overflow Y. In overflow X, that is used for horizontal alignment or horizontal scroll bar. So here you can align the content horizontally. Here overflow Y is used for vertical alignment, for vertical scroll bar. So you can scroll vertically like this. Okay, so by adding any one, overflow X or overflow Y, another scroll bar will be added automatically. So we can use hide and we can use the same properties to hide the content horizontally or vertically. So let's see in the practical. So here I'm having a div element with box and it has some contents. So I'm using those contents and here I'm having a CSS for it. So to add a overflow on it, so first I will put it into a specific width. So let's say 2200 px will be the width of this div box, and height for again let's say 200 px. I put a border around it so it will be clear, px solid, and then color let's say red. So this will be the border around the box. Okay, so you can see that other contents are outside that box. So to put those content inside it, we will use the overflow property. By using overflow hidden, it will hide the content which goes outside the box and we cannot see them. Similarly, by using overflow auto, so it will automatically put a scroll bar inside it. Okay. So if for the auto property, let's say I have cut this much of content, and now here still the content is there, so let me trim more. Yeah. Now for this content, you can see the scroll bar is hidden, but as the content increase inside that div box, the scroll bar will be added automatically. So this is the way we can use the scroll bar. Also, we have seen hidden, auto, and we'll use the scroll, so it will put the scroll whether the content it's whatever the content size is there. Let's say these are the content. Now I will remove this content, so it will still give me that scroll bar in both of the axes. So to limit this and to put the axis in a specific direction only, So let's say I want the scroll bar in the X direction. So here, if you use this CSS, so you can see here we have the scroll bar, and we don't want scroll bar in the Y axis. So let's say overflow Y, and it will be hidden. So by adding the hidden, we are doing wrong. This will be the Y and this will be the X. Yeah. So here you can see that overflow X, which is this X axis, and we don't have any scroll bar here, and this is the Y axis, so we are having a scroll bar in the Y axis. So by adding the X axis scroll bar, still we can see that we are having the Y axis scroll bar here. So likewise, you can put a overflow around the content, and you can use those properties to align the content or fit it inside a box by using overflow auto. Most of the time it will work. It will automatically add the scroll bar. Okay, see you in the next section for how to align the elements. So we'll see it there.